All right. All right. Gonna do just some pre-setup here. I think the video quality is pretty low. So I'm gonna see if I can adjust it here. I see. I have to stop the stream apparently to get it changed. So. All right. All right. Hopefully that's better connection. All right. So we're going to continue where we left off. I moved the video down to the bottom right now. Let me just quickly just gonna, yeah, that looks about right. So, okay, there we go. Okay. So, where did we leave off? We ran our tests and it failed, and I was too tired to think about what to do. I thought about it a little bit. I should have done it. It's pretty obvious. It says it's not found in the split, and it's in our types.lua 44 here. So let's open up command le types.lua, and we're going to print what's in here. Well, there's a problem. It's sp comma v. Index of takes the container and then the value, and I forgot to put the container. So if there's only one item left, then we want to replace our cells with our first and only item. That we set it to no. Those look good. Okay. All right. So we still got a failed assertion in types.lua 47. Okay, so now this one failed. So we're making progress. Editor 193 failed. So let's go to editor 193. Assert not to container. All right. Okay, so it wants us to remove it. Oh, I see. I think I can just get rid of that. That's okay. Let's say assert not to container or to.container equals from. I think either of those are fine because I'm replacing. Okay, so now the failure was that our output is slightly different. So this was our result, and this is what I had. For some reason, I have a path in here on the expected value. That's usual. Command le test. Interesting. YouTube is giving some kind of error. It's not receiving enough video to maximize smooth streaming. Let's see here. Let's run a speed test. Seems pretty quick. Download is pretty fast. Upload is pretty fast. 25 megabits per second. Let's see if I can increase my stream output. Let's see here, bitrate for 25, 60. Frames per second, and I think 1080p is probably plenty. Recommended bitrate is 15 megabits per second. I was off by an order of magnitude. Okay. Let's see if that works better. Okay, hopefully that works better. Oh, it's not working at all. There we go. Okay, they recommend a specific. Okay, hopefully that's going to work a little better. I reduced the resolution slightly. Let's real quick. I'm going to just update Discord. Let's see here. Stream health is now excellent. Excellent. Okay. Let's see. Let's hope that that works, and if it doesn't work, I will take another look at it. All right. So what we're doing. Yes. The assertion was weird. Okay. So command LE test session, and we're failing at line 198. Small is the path. Small 1 is what I'm thinking. And we should call it split 3, I guess. And this looks correct. I mean, we can take a look at it compared to the other ones, but it's a small file for tests. Looks good to me. We're going to just get rid of that text. All right. Why is it still showing? I forget to actually use it. There we go. can remove the mode command part. There we go. Oh, and I don't need this new line apparently. Okay. There we go. All right, so it seems to work. We'll call this Vim, and this would be Ellie. We're gonna open a new one just to make sure the tests all pass. All right. Okay. We're gonna also have a make test over here. Ellie bindings, and now I can close the windows. Oh, interesting. That doesn't work at all. Look at that. My cursor is way to the right. There's something seriously broken still. Okay. That is annoying. How do I test that? I think that's the terminal. So the editor has the display value, which is what we write in paint text to. So we're going to expect that it's not going to be 1-1, but it'll be close to 1-1. Let's actually do this. So that's, we're just going to do D here, and then I'm getting another networking error here. Let me try. Just cut down this output a little bit. I think let's do 9,000. See if that helps. So the display is term. The term, we could look. I could show you it, but it's when we create it. Here, I'll just show you it real quick. It's in le.lua, ed.display equals the term, vt.term, and vt equals require vt100. I'm gonna actually move this down here. I don't know why that's right there. So this is our term object, and it has a line and a column, which is where the cursor should go. So let's do test session. So that's called display. The idea is, the reason it's not called term is because someone may want to display this on something other than a terminal. So we're going to just say that the d.l, d.column is equal to 1, 1. Which it won't be, but it should be not too far off. It certainly shouldn't be 337. We're also going to quickly do this, and we're going to make sure that so this is the edit view. This is the focus, rather. Ed.edit is our focus. We're going to make sure that ed.view is equal to, there's only one item in it, and that ed.view1, we're going to say ed.view is equal to E. I think that's correct. Yeah, so we're doing something very wrong here. the one we closed is still alive, which is what I thought was happening. We're just going to do a quick this as well. This will just tell us what the line and column of the edit actually is. T is not set. What is that? 206. Oh, forgot to do it. Lowercase t. 27, sure. I believe it. I think, yeah, it was right here. So edit 2 should be the one that's alive. No, edit 2 is what? Edit 2 is on the right. You can see it right here, and we should have closed it. So we do expect this to be 1, 1. So we're gonna do that 1, 1, and then this is also gonna be, it's not gonna be 1, 1. I think it'll be line 2, because it'll be here. It'll be below the, line 1 is the first line, and that is the editor status bar at the top. Man, it is really struggling to stream. Sorry about that, everyone, if anyone's watching live. Oh, well, that was part of the reason I had YouTube open. That was a huge mistake. Sorry about that. That was probably part of the reason that I was not being able to maintain video. I'm gonna bump this down again. (1536 by 864). Let's actually. Okay, sorry about that. I keep trying and adjust my video settings. So 1536 by 864. I might increase my frames per second. Okay, so I can go down to 5 megabytes per second. Let's do 4. Hopefully that helps. Sorry if the quality's been low, everybody. Trying to find the right settings. I'm running on kind of a potato of a machine. Something I wanted to do. I wanted to try and run in low level hardware. It's kind of biting me. I might end up upgrading. So anyway, yeah. So we have the wrong. We're not actually closing it correctly. So let's take a look at the actions. Let's go down from the top here. So this just calls container remove, and then it calls close. Okay, so this is expecting, it's expecting the container to handle the removal correctly, and it doesn't. Should it? Okay. We're going to pick the, if you close it, it's going to be the one to the left of it, or to the right of it. Actually, let's do left of it. The new focus is going to be to the left of it, but that also might be another edit view. Is there a simple way that we can do this? That we can just kind of pick an edit view? Here. First of all, the special case is definitely that there's 0 left. So let's do that first. Okay. If there's only one left, we close it. But first we're going to say that we don't even have access to the editor here. Yeah, for now, let's handle this here. I don't really like that. I'm just gonna select the first container. And I'm gonna make it oh, look at this. Focus the first edit view in container. I already had thought of this and I forgot to implement it. Okay, I have access to the ed. Okay. So we're going to remove it, close it. Then we're going to set the edit to nil. So that's the focus is nil, and then we're going to focus first. Yeah, this will work. All right. It's still failing. Let's take a look. Test session 206. I think I actually made an error in the test. You have to be careful sometimes. See, I took the edit. I should have done it after running the command. 2, 3. Oh yeah, because of the lines and the line numbers. Okay. Weird. I got a coroutine error there. That's concerning. I'll have to chase that down eventually. So I could talk about another coroutine error. I've not. These are uncommon. Where are these happening? Lines.gap.load. What is this test in? Test session 62. The existing traceback. This is very concerning. LA.action step. We have multiple go paths happening. What test are you in? Test session 269. No, this is in actions. It's in nav. Go to thing 1. Huh. So that shouldn't happen. That 2 coroutines are accessing it at the same time. Okay, well, I will solve that some other time. So for now, this is looking good. I should probably try and fix that. That fixed me in the actions. Let me take a look at that next. But we've added the window close. We fixed a bug related to it. We fixed the formatting of the edit. Some of this was yesterday. We fixed the index of call right here. So we were forgetting to call the index. We were forgetting to pass our container. We've reordered this slightly. We've ended up doing it at the top level. And we've added a test for closing windows. So let's just real quick before we commit, quit this and close. There we go. Oops. So yep, this works. I don't think I saved. There it is. So it totally works. And also, by the way, undo works. Save that. It's gone. Okay. So that all looks good to me. So so we're just on our LE branch right now. So I'm gonna commit implement window close and fix. And I would call that a pretty good hack session right there. Thank you for joining me. Oh, hey, sorry, I missed the chat. Yeah, so this is not the compiler for my language. I've ended up abandoning. I guess I don't have to type back because you can hear me. I ended up abandoning fungi and going with Lua. I actually have another 8 minutes here. Maybe I can just talk about the path forward for Civ Boot just briefly here. So fungi was my previous attempt at a programming language. And thanks for the question, by the way. Fungi is my previous attempt at a programming language. I implemented it. It bootstrapped itself. It was cool. It was kind of like a fourth with a type system. And I ended up deciding I don't really want to program in this. It would take a lot of work, and it was very low level and too prone to foot guns. So my new direction is, first of all, everything I'm doing now is all in Lua. And the reason Lua is because Lua is written in 15,000 lines of C, which compared to Python, just like even the core Python compiler, I think is like 150,000 lines of C. So, 10 times bigger. And then all the standard libraries and everything, it's like, I don't know, it's almost a million, I think. So I'm going to be implementing the whole stack in Lua. This is like it's not the system language, obviously. You can't write a kernel in Lua, but you could write system utilities in Lua. You could write a shell, like you could use Lua as your core shell if you had a good enough editor shell thing, which is what I'm implementing now. I'm implementing the editor, which can also be the shell. As far as the replacement for fungi, my current thinking is what I call IA, or intermediate assembly. And you can read about it here at lua.civboot.org, package IA. Let me put that in the chat so that this is currently just in the design phase. It doesn't actually work yet, but the basic idea is it's an assembly language that's more type safe than traditional assembly. I will talk about it sometime, but basically you have registers, which are the letters A to T, so you can have up to 20 registers. On some systems, you might only have 4 actual physical registers, so the other ones would use a local variable slot for them. Functions can only return the registers A through D. So that's how you get around the system incompatibilities there. And basically it's just straightforward compiles to machine code. So if you're familiar with assembly, you should be relatively familiar with this. If you're not familiar with assembly, I don't recommend you go read this unless you're just really interested in like reading about some low-level programming details. At some point, I will be creating a whole tutorial that goes from bits to bytes to machine code, opcodes to explain how computers work, and that one you would learn this step by step. So if you're new to programming, I wouldn't recommend starting here. I'd recommend starting there, which doesn't exist yet. If you really were into doing it now, I think it's called Programming from the Ground Up. I found a really great resource. So Programming from the Ground Up, I do recommend. And then also writing your own fourth it can be fun. Otherwise, you can stay tuned, and I'll have something in the future. Is there any other questions? Let's check the Discord real quick. No other questions right now. Thank you everyone who did tune in and who's watching after the fact. I'm going to end the stream here.